Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the operation of a Wallace multiplier. In high-speed arithmetic circuits, always multiplication plays a key role, especially if you have seen the processors or digital signal processors and VLSI chips. But the complex over here is as the number of bits increases, multiplication becomes very much slow because of the large number of partial products that need to be added. So what they have done to overcome this, engineers developed a Wallace multiplier, which provides an high performance that uses carry save adder. So by using a carry save adder, it reduces multiple partial products quickly and efficiently. So instead of adding all partial products sequentially, the Wallace tree arranges them in a tree-like structure, where each stage reduces the number of operands until only two remain, which are then added using an ripple carry adder. This approach significantly reduces the overall delay and makes it one of the fastest hardware multiplier used in modern digital circuits. So through this video, we will explore the operation of Wallace multiplier, and then we will explore about a step-by-step 4x4 multiplication using an Wallace tree multiplier, and then we will compare them with the normal array multiplier and broad array multiplier. So let's get into the operation of Wallace multiplier. So if you have seen over here, uh, so here if you observe over here, these all are partial products. These all are partial products. We have taken input as a and B, a 4-bit. So these all are partial products. So usually how do we add? So we will add A0, B0, and then we will put it as the output over here. And then we will add A1, B0, and A0, B1. We will have a sum, and then carry is propagated to the next stage, and then we will add this 3, we will given sum, and then carry is propagated to the next stage. So this is how we will perform normal addition of partial products. So if you increase number of bits, then there will be more amount of partial products that leads to more amount of delay over here. So now through Wallace multiplier, how they are going to reduce over here. So I have taken an example as 0101, 0110. So these all are the partial products. Always we will implement using an full adders. So for full adder, I require three inputs A, B, C. So always in the partial products, how many rows are there? There are 4 rows are there. So we will take the first 3 rows separately. So we will take the first 3 rows. So here 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 0, 1, 0, 1, and then 0, 1, 0, 1. So here we will use a carry save error. What's a carry save error? So we will not propagate the same carry to the next stage. We will store it. We will store it separately. The same operation we will do it over here. So 0 comes over here. So 0, there is no carry, 0, and then 0, 1, sum is 1 and carry is 0, and then 0, 0, 1, sum is 1 and carry is 0, and then 0, 1, 0, sum is 1, carry is 0, 0, 1, sum is 1, carry is 0, and 0, we have it over here. So now this all are sum, this all are carry. But what's the advantage over here? Here we have done all the computations that happen parallelly. So here we have the 0 will compute parallelly, 0 and 1 will be added up, and this 1 and sum and carry will be stored separately. So here usually by using a sequential multiplier or array multiplier, it might take around 6 time delay because each computation, if we assume that 1 nanoseconds of delay, then by using normal operation, it will consume 6 nanoseconds of delay. But whereas by using an carry save adder, we can finish it up in the 1 nanoseconds of delay since it's operating by means of parallel computation. So once we have got and sum and carry, Then the last row is the remaining row. The last row is the remaining row. So now we will add it up over here. Over here. So now here at which position it is? It is in the fourth bit position. So you should add them in the fourth bit position. So 0, 0, 0, 0. However, I am saying fourth bit position. So here, if you see here, the LSB 0 is in the fourth bit position. First position, first position, second position, third position, and fourth position. So this 0 is in the fourth bit position. So here, first position, second position, third position, and fourth position. So now I have added the 0 last operand in the last row. So now we add it up. 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. But here also you will get a carry, right? So it will compute parallelly. So there is no carry. So since there is no carry, it will be computing parallelly. So at last you will get only 2 rows. This stage also I have 3 inputs. This stage also I have 3 inputs. By using a full adder, I will compute parallelly. 0, 0 comes over here. 1 plus 0, 1 is sum and carry is 0. 1 plus 0, sum is 1 and carry is 0. 1 0 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 1 0 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 0 0, sum is 0 and carry is 1. So I have 0, last 0. That has been here. So now we have reduced this 4 rows into 2 rows. So now we can do the normal computation of an addition. So now here 0, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0. So this is the output. So this is how you can perform an velocity multiplier for 4 bits. So what is the first step? So we will compute the partial products. Then in the partial products, how many rows are there? So even if there are 4 rows or 5 rows or 6 rows, so now we will take the first 3 rows separately. 3 rows. We will separate them into 3 rows. Then we'll compute the full adder addition for the 3 rows. And then we will store the sum and carry separately. Then we will add up with the next row of the partial product. So since it's a 4-bit we have sent, so now we'll go for an 8-bit. So you can see here the 8-bit. You can see here it's an 8-bit. So here how many partial products are there? There are 8 rows of partial products are there. So now what we will do? We will separate them into 3 rows. So you can see here I have separated them into 3 rows over here. 3 rows, and the last one is 2 rows. The first 3 rows are added up, and then I have stored and sum and carry. The second 3 rows are added up. I have stored sum and carry. The last 2 rows are as it is. So now what happens over here? The 8 rows has been reduced into 6 rows. Then the 6 rows, I will split them into 3. I will split them into 3. So now you can see here I have split them into 3 rows. So now what I'll do, I'll add the first 3 rows and then I'll get the sum and carry, and the next 3 rows sum and carry. Then what I'll do, the 6 rows has been reduced into 4 rows. So now these 4 rows are divided into 3, and then the remaining one is available is 1. So these 3 rows are reduced into sum and carry, and then the last row as it is. So we have only 3 rows are there, right? So now what I'll do, I'll add this 3 rows. When I add this 3 rows, I will get a sum, I will get a carry. And then at last, we will use a normal ripple carry adder, and then we will do the addition, and then we will get the final output for the 8-bit. So this is how we can perform for the 4-bit or 8-bit operation in velocity multiplier. If you use a Wallace multiplier, it might require more amount of time delay since it is a normal sequential multiplier. Or if you use a normal array multiplier, it might take more time compared to the velocity multiplier. So the only logic you should remember here is in the partial products, we should divide them into 3, 3, 3, and then those 3 rows will be gets provide some carry, and then next we will reduce the number of partial products rows into 8 to 6, and then 6 to 4, and then 4 to 2, and then at last we'll get your output. So now here what's advantage over here? This we have reduced this 8 rows into 3 3 block, right? So now here while this addition is happening, at the same time the second block also addition will be happening. So in a single time delay I will compute this one and as well as this one, but all will happen in parallel computation. So I will reduce a large amount of delay over here. So the sum and carry of the first row of the first block will be produced at the same time of the sum and carry of the second block also get produced over here. So here we will save a lot of time delay over here compared to the normal array multiplier. This is the main point we should remember over here. So through this video, we have learned about the operation of an velocity multiplier and then how it works for 4-bit and 8-bit operations. Thank you.